Welcome back, gamers. So, I'm excited to announce that I've entered a new draft league. So, after the first draft league that I entered, the one with Joe, of course, I had so much fun and I enjoyed draft league Pokemon so much that I needed my fix. I needed to play again. I got top 4, but that wasn't good enough for me. So, I set out to find the best draft league I could find, and luckily for me, there's one starting back up. For those who do not know, Jin's High Roller Draft League is probably the best in the game. You have to pay an entry fee of $125, which goes directly to the players, whoever wins. And then every single week, you're betting $25 on yourself that you'll win. So the winner of the match gets $25. The loser loses $25. This is hype stuff because it means that everyone in the draft league will be trying their best, attempting to win. And that's what I wanted. I wanted something really high level, really something competitive. So I settled in this draft league. And boy, am I glad I did, because I'm expecting insane money. I'm expecting to make my money back and then some. If I don't win, I'm going to be disappointed. I came here to win and I set out to do that. So first things first, we got to talk about my draft. This is the first episode in the series. I'll be uploading every single episode every Wednesday. So if you want to see some more action every Wednesday, here it is. But I thought I'd talk about my draft a little more specifically this time because, it's the first episode. We got to get familiar with the players. So let's start off with number 1. Togekiss. Togekiss was the Pokemon I wanted the most and something that I really prioritized in drafting. I made multiple lists and I thought about what I wanted, and Togekiss was always number 1. Obviously Grimmsnarl was, but my friend Kimo was in the draft and I knew I wasn't getting that because Kimo loves Grimmsnarl more than he loves his own family. So I knew I wasn't getting Grimmsnarl. So I settled for Togekiss and that was always my plan. I really wanted Dragapult, to be honest. I think Dragapult's insanely broken in draft leagues and I wanted Dragapult more than anything, but I didn't get it. So then step 2, I wanted something like Thundurus or Landorus ideally, but Garchomp was a good number 3 because it's a ground type. Earthquake and Togekiss go hand in hand. Bread and butter, baby. And then after that, the draft got a little funky. We got a Alolan Ninetales for potential screen support. I think Ninetales is pretty good. We have a Weather. Gyarados for Intimidate and a Water type. Snorlax, because Snorlax is absolutely insane and it's in this low tier that I thought, hey, let's grab a Snorlax. Salazzle. Dusknoir, and then we got to re-attack the S tier picks, and I settled on Kartana, which I was so excited about. Halfway through the draft, I was really nervous because I really needed a steel type, because my first couple Pokemon are incredibly weak to fairies. I have no resists outside of Salazzle, so I needed some oomph, some fucking sexy steel type. And boy, did I get it with Kartana. It was either Kartana or Heatran, but the player before me grabbed Heatran, so I grabbed Kartana. He made my decision for me, but that's okay, because Kartana is Kartana, baby, and I got Kartana. I thought Kartana would be an excellent Pokemon to get later in the draft. Not something I'd build around, but something I would take in a heartbeat. So I was so excited. Tyranitar was something that I was really weak to flying types, and I was actually getting a couch moved in that day, and while the draft was going on, I was talking to the movers, and I was like checking my phone, and I really wanted Rotom Heat in this position, but someone took it, and then I wanted Rotom Wash, but they took that too, so I was really frisked and just really scared, and I was running out of time, so I selected T-Tar. We could Sandvale. Need I say more? And then I decided to round it out with Manectric and Arctovish as my 2 little shit mons that I got in the end. So that's my squad. I think it's exceptional. Hopefully it'll get me lots of cash. That is the goal here. Every single week I'll update our winnings at the end of the video, so we'll know how much money we've earned. So our first opponent. Here is their team. It's obviously been here the entire time, but it's right there. So we've got Spectrier, Clefairy, Latios, Azumarill, Bisharp, Reuniclus, Machamp, Regieleki, Rotom Heat, Kangaskhan, and Aromatisse. So I'm just going to do a little bit in-depth analysis. I'm not going to be showing my spreads and my moves this time around because I don't want to give my opponents information. I'm playing for money this time. It's not just for fun YouTube content. It's for money. And my opponents aren't showing, they're not making YouTube videos. I'm doing this because I fucking love YouTube videos about draft leagues. I love draft leagues, so I want to share this with you, but that means my opponents are going to have an advantage because they're going to have information on me. So I'm not going to show spreads, really. I'm just going to show the moves and the items because I think that's fair. But yeah, so let's look at their team. Again, the first thing I noticed is Spectrier Clefairy. That shit's scary, and that's something that's really versatile. Spectrier Clefairy does lots of things. That's part of the reason I picked Togekiss. Is Togekiss can yawn, it can be bulky, it can crit. What doesn't Togekiss do, baby? I was so excited for this Pokemon. But again, Togekiss does those things, but Spectrier also does a lot. It could Wisp, it could Max, it could be Nasty Plot. Lots of options here. And then I was really afraid of the potential Trick Room mode with Machamp plus Reuniclus. But what I noticed instantly, if you look at all these Pokemon, they suck versus Tyranitar. So Tyranitar was something I wrote down: Tyranitar, Togekiss, Garchomp, Kartana. Those were no-brainers, no questions asked. And so I thought, hey, let's attack the Spectrier Clefairy with Tyranitar, and let's move from there. So that was my main game plan, is Tyranitar is going to be king here. So I made sure that my Kartana actually OHKOs Machamp if it's not maxing. And then I made sure that I brought Togekiss to help support Tyranitar. It's just really the Tyranitar show, because Tyranitar matches up positively against Spectrier, Clefairy, Latios, Azumarill, not so much. Bisharp is actually okay, because after an Airstream boost, boom, low kick, boom, sweep the leg, dead Bisharp. Bisharp, a Reuniclus. That's the easiest clap in the history of clapping. Machamp. And that shit sucks. Regieleki, Tyranitar has Sandstorm, so he gives himself a boost. He's basically got a free Assault Vest. Rotom Heat, that is just Tyranitar food. Like, if Tyranitar ate food, it would be Rotom Heats. Like, I would see him eating Rotom Heats out of a fucking cat bowl, just munching them by the fucking thousands, because Tyranitar is a big boy. He needs his food, and also Rotom Heats are free as shit. Kangaskhan, it could run low kick, so that's something that's a little scary. Again, we're playing a draft league, so things like this are like something I always have to be thinking, like, can they one-shot Tyranitar? 4 times weakness Pokemon like Garchomp, like Tyranitar, like Kartana, are easy to exploit, so it's really important to always be thinking, could they have a move to beat me? Because in my last draft league, that is what screwed me over plenty of times. I think 2 of my losses were specifically like, oh, Sylveon Dig. What am I to do? Or this Pokemon, Sakataka, has Heat Crash. Ferrothorn loses, right? There's like small things like that can really ruin a run and ruin a set. Because like if Tyranitar is my main game plan and then Latios is running Focus Blast, what am I to do, right? So like there's small things like that that can be really huge in a matchup. It's important to fish for those and find those, but also be aware of them while you're preparing. Because yeah. So anyways, let's look at my team in depth. So these are the 6 Pokemon I decided to go with and the sets. So looking at this, Garchomp just swept house. So I thought Garchomp can be really bulky, really effective, and more importantly, it can Swords Dance. So I decided on a Lumberry set because in my mind, if they lead Spectrier Garchomp or Spectrier Clefairy into Togekiss Garchomp, Garchomp wins that outcome 9 out of 10 times. It just follows this, like, you turn 1 Swords Dance, turn 2, you're at max Quake, easy money, right? Also, most of my Pokemon are designed to live Life Orb, Spectrier, Modest, Shadow Ball with Helping Hand. That was my goal. If they were in baby form, it was to just live the hit. Because Spectrier is the biggest special attacker on the team that I was afraid of. So I went with a bulky Garchomp that was mainly built around Swords Dancing. Togekiss, I went back and forth on Crit Kiss plus regular Kiss, or this bulky Kiss. I decided on this bulky Kiss because Crit Kiss was actually dying a lot of the times to Helping Hand Phantasm. And I thought, hey, if they actually do that, I might lose the game turn 1 because I would lose my max. So I decided to instead go for bulky Kiss with Yawn just to put more pressure on, while also being really bulky to combat stuff like Aleki, Rotom Heat, and Machamp, so that Tyranitar could sweep. It was able to live big hits, so Tyranitar wouldn't be vulnerable. That's also why I chose the Wakenberry. There's 2 electric types on this team. I need to be prepared. Tyranitar is Tyranitar. It's a pretty simple set. I really wanted a Assault Vest for Tyranitar, but I decided for weakness policy because Kartana had amazing calcs with Assault Vest, so I decided to run Assault Vest there. Weakness policy because I might Earthquake myself. That was really the big reasoning there. Gyarados was mainly to potentially combat Machamp. Again, I wanted things to beat Machamp, but also Moxie Gyarados could go absolutely crazy. I went with Moxie because Intimidate sucks versus Bisharp, so I decided to run Moxie. I think Kartana might easily be my MVP, so Kartana is something that I think is really important to watch here, and I think I might be maxing it, and I thought this moveset would be the best for max Kartana. Manectric is like, they have 2 electric attackers, and I really wanted to combat the electric attackers. So most of my team is just a big bulk squad. Everything's really bulky, everything's really slow and aggressive, and that's mainly what I wanted to do here. I wanted to capitalize on my natural bulk while also trying to sweep the potential threats. I think Kartana and T-Tar are going to be the MVPs. T-Tar again beats almost everything, so I think T-Tar is a really important one to watch here, and I look forward to seeing how T-Tar can perform because I'm really banking on this one. I went for Assurance because boom, big damage. I just wanted to throw that in there because I think Assurance is sick. And yeah, so that's my thought process here. Let's get into the game. All right, let's see what our opponent has. So their team is Azumarill, Clefairy, Spectrier, Machamp, Latios, and Rotom Heat. Okay, so there's no Aleki, which I think is really important here. And also there's no Bisharp, which I think were 2 mons that I was like really kind of afraid of. Aleki for obvious reasons, but okay, this is good. I think Kartana goes absolutely insane here. I am a little bit afraid of Mystical Fire and then Overheat, But other than that, Kartana is going absolutely crazy. Garchomp is pretty solid. I do have to find a way to deal with the Azumarill, but for the most part, I think this should be pretty good. I think we can win this. So I think I'm just gonna start off with like Kartana plus T-Tar and be willing really early to switch Kartana out into like Togekiss, because I think Kartana is gonna want to pick up the KOs and sweep late game, and I think it can do that if we just let it. And then in the back, I think I want Garchomp. I don't need Garchomp, but Garchomp's just really, really good versus Rotom. I think we'll go Garchomp for game 1 for sure. I think Garchomp can sit out though. I think Gyarados could be really, really good here. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think Kartana goes absolutely crazy, and it's just going to be a matter about how well I position Kartana and how will my opponent position stuff like Rotom Heat and like Mystical Fire Latios. Because obviously if I get 1 speed boost on Kartana, it's over. I'm fine. And finding out Latios' item is also really, really important here. Trainer's looking stylish. We're going to see Clefairy Latios lead. Okay, T-Tar's looking really incredible. And I'm just going to pivot Kartana out instantly. So we have Tyranitar, the formerly buff. I mean, he's still looking buff as hell, in my opinion. But Tyranitar is sitting so pretty here. Tyranitar is so good. The only Pokemon that's beating Tyranitar on my opponent's team is Machamp. Everything else crumbles. Azumarill a little bit, but everything else crumbles. So I'm just going to switch right away, and I'm just going to start Rock Sledding. I just need to get chip damage, do as much as I can to Latios, and I think we'll be fine here. I could see a Wormwind being a little scary, but even then, like, I think Tyranitar is chilling. I do kind of wish I went with the Soul Vest Tyranitar, like I thought about, but I thought Kartana would find more value in it, and so I do have Assault Vest Kartana, which I think, again, is going to win the game later. It's just a matter of potentially stalling Max, looking for a perfect position for Kartana to go absolutely insane. And we're going to see a turn 1 Max. That's good. That's what we like to see. My Pokemon are going to start stalling like crazy. I think we might see Max Flare, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Max Flare. Whew, I'm feeling good. The only thing that would really get me down is probably a Sing from Clefairy. But even then, I don't think we're necessarily going to see it. We're also going to see an item here from Latios, most likely. If he's a Life Orb, we'll know. And we're going to see Max Wormwind, turn 1 onto T-Tar. Okay, so onto T-Tar. It's doing half HP. That's a good chunk, all things considered. Again, T-Tar is kind of our crazy good mon here, so it makes sense. And we're going to probably see Life Orb, and we're probably going to see Sing here. I'm thinking Sing. We'll get this Rock Slide off, though, which is nice. And we're going to see that Flamethrower from Clefairy. Holy moly. I didn't expect the Flamethrower from Clefairy. That did, like, no damage. But, whoa, I did not expect Flamethrower. So what's really nice about Togekiss versus Latios is that it really doesn't have any moves to really hit it. It has to rely on, like, Psychic. So, like, it's not a huge deal here. Latios again, we just need to stall this Max as much as we can, and we should be good to go then. Helping Hand. I'm afraid this will kill Togekiss, but at the same time, oh, it might have Hailstorm or something. This is going right into Togekiss. My opponent has read me both turns so far, which is not a good thing to see. That's a Hailstorm from Latios here. If this thing's like Modest, it could really hurt. Togekiss is going down. Hailstorm, Wormwind. Man, does it have Mystical Fire is the question I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering here. And we protected T-Tar too. Just absolutely banger turns from my opponent here. I'm getting hard red. But at the same time, I still feel like I could win this with Kartana. It depends if they have Mystical Fire here. I think that's what we're all waiting to see. Mystical Fire on Latios, which I think they should have. But they could have sacrificed it and just said, I'm running Flamethrower Clefairy. But little do they know, Kartana one-shots Clefairy a lot of the time. I think we're just going to Airstream here and just hope for the best and then see. I think I'll Airstream Clefairy so that I can gate the KO next turn with Airstream again. And then I'm just going to try to Assurance the Latios here. I should live Flamethrower like really easily. I'm afraid of Mystical Fire, which would be Max Flare in this case. That would not be ideal for me, because I think Kartana will go down to a Max Flare from Life of Latios. Latios is doing mad work here. It's not a huge deal because I totally think we can win this. It's just, it's a rough game 1, and I think going into game 2 we should be okay. But this one's looking a little grim, especially if this thing goes for Max Fire. Clefairy's gonna go Protect. I don't think that's a huge deal. And are we gonna see Max Flare? We are gonna see Max Flare. So it has Max Flare and it has Flamethrower on Clefairy. Okay, that's kind of surprising to me to have both tech moves like that. But, okay, makes sense. The Latios is indeed faster. So I'm thinking it doesn't have Protect or it doesn't have Psychic. It probably doesn't need Psychic. I don't know what Psychic's really hitting. Whew, Latios doing work. Assurance should do a good chunk, though. Man, I think potentially just letting Kartana die there might have been our best option. Because I think Garchomp's just going to go down, like, super fast here. Garchomp may be a living legend, but I don't know how much the living legend's going to take this Ice Beam. I would really want to see some of my opponent's Mons here. So I want to get as many KOs as I can, get as much information as possible. Also, like, Garchomp is no slouch. It could, like, carry the game, but... Let's see. I think my best option here is to hope that they target me with an Ice Beam, and then go from there. Okay. I'm going to have to think about how I want to approach game 2. I don't think it's a huge deal. I think we really just need to lead with Togekiss instead. And I think we should be good to go. Ice Beam, he's giving me hope here. He's giving me a chance. Rockslide just needs to pick up this KO, but we are Worm-Wounded once, so I don't know. No, he hangs on. Oof. I also really thought Spectrier would be the more, not obvious, but more, yeah, more obvious, more consistent route, but Latios is clearly doing insane work here. I'm gonna have to run a calc really quick. For game 2, because I want to see if Togekiss can take, this Ice Beam ideally. Let's see. Ice Beam comes through. Garchomp goes down. I don't want Latios. Because this Latios just swept me. I just lost, like, automatically to Latios. Normally not a Pokemon I'm very scared of, but it's definitely, in the draft league like this, it's much stronger. So, Ice Beam. I just got hard swept, though. Dynamax, and then we're going to see how they am. Wow, that kills Togekiss 100% of the time. We're going to see Machamp come in as the other Mon. So Machamp, Latios, Clefairy. Wow. Latios hits so hard, because this could even be modest. I don't think it's a huge deal, but it's not good. It might even have Thunderbolt, to be completely honest. Alright, we're just going to try to Rockslide flinch our way to a to a Clefairy KO, ideally. But we're going to see close combat come through. Because the Clefairy plus Latios was really potent. Friend Guard did amazing stuff. We lose game 1. Okay. So I'm thinking Kartana must be Kartana mode. I think I'm forced into Kartana. So I'm going to go Togekiss, Kartana, Garchomp. And then... Because I think they're going to lead with the same lead. There's no point in not doing that. And I'm going to go T-Tar again. Does that leave me enough? I'm a little worried about Machamp still this way. Gyarados might be able to help a little bit. I wish Gyarados had made Gyarados faster, because not outspeeding Latios really sucks. Because even if we get a speed boost, we're still in a rough position. Latios is doing crazy damage. That 130 special attack stat is not messing around. I think I'll go T-Tar. I'll go T-Tar. I'll just play well. Also, Kartana one-shots Machamp unless it has some bulk, so Machamp will crumble to Kartana. That was a rough game 1, though. That was just a sweep. That was like 5 minutes of getting destroyed. I think I could turn 1 take a big risk though, because I think they won't Mystical Fire, so I might be able to turn 1 swap out Togekiss to conserve my Togekiss and to get an Airstream on T-Tar that could go really hard. I think that's what I might do. But KOing Latios is imperative if I want to win this game. So it's hard because I could just follow me an Airstream turn 2, but then what's my turn 2? You know, because Kartana's still vulnerable to Sacred Fire. And I could get an Airstream off on Garchomp, but it's still putting me in a rough spot. We're going to see Spectrier Machamp. Interesting. Not what I expected at all. They completely changed up their game plan. Wow, okay. They completely changed up their game plan, like 360. 140 Adamant. I want to check something. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, max Airstream will always one-shot Machamp if they're max HP. I think I just follow me Airstream, and I feel pretty good about that. I just want to get a Kartana sweep. I'm really surprised with this lead. It looked like it was to counter the lead I had, but Latios already did that. Also I think this is just a really safe play. Like, I don't think I can get punished. Spectre can't Oko Togekiss ever, and then Kartana should always KO Machamp, but even if it doesn't, Togekiss will still live the turn. So I'm okay with this. I think we're getting Wisped or something. And this will be an Airstream on a Kiss. How fast is my Kiss? It hits 100, so another Airstream would make Kiss outspeed the Spectre. I don't think he would expect Airstream to one-shot Machamp, unless Machamp's maxing. I don't know. This is a really weird situation. We're not going to see a max. We're not going to see anything. We're just going to see this Follow Me go off. So this is a pretty good position, I think. I'm really afraid it's going to go wrong. We're going to see Shadow Ball. This should one-shot Machamp. Otherwise, we'll have a good idea of their EV spread. Okay. A weird adjustment from my opponent, but one I'll take nonetheless. Yeah, that's a one-shot on Machamp. My calcs were correct. The numbers were crunched correctly. Machamp's going down. That's Adamant Kartana for you. Now we have an attack boost, which is huge with no real way to lose it. Let me check Latios calc really quick to see if Latios can even live a max Steel Spike. They can if they're maxed, but if they don't max, they die. I think we just want another Airstream, to be honest. Latios comes in. So what I'm gonna do here is I think I'm gonna yawn Latios 100%. I think that's just correct. If we lose Kartana, do we lose the game? I don't think so. I think losing Kartana is totally fine now. If Latios is maxing. Which it could be, but it might not. We don't want to set up terrain. We have a Garchomp. I have to think about that. That's something that's actually kind of real with this team. Airstream should kill Spectre. And then we'll get a Dazzle off. And we'll kill Spectre. We should be able to get Yawns. It still could get a little dicey, though. That's what I'm afraid of. I know what I need to do. I just need to follow me. And then, I'm just going to Steel Spike Latios. Just 2 KO the thing. Because Spectre should be faster than Latios. If it's not, I don't think Spectre can do too much to us, like, to ruin the game. We should be doing a really, really good chunk to Latios that it should be dying to Sand and Life Orb in, like, 2 turns. So I think this plays better. It's if it's Latios is faster than Spectre, though, that's probably not good for me. Because we'll easily live Shadow Ball plus whatever. So I think this is fine. Follow Me. The battle of the Follow Me supports. Alright, Steel Spike is going to go first because we have that Airstream going. It's a stab plus 1 Steel Spike. That was nice damage. That tells me it's a really frail Latios. But I guess it kind of has to be because it has to probably outspeed Kartana. Which it would have to be max speed. We'll live Shadow Ball. If it has max Airstream or something, but I don't think it gets it. Yeah, I made the right... Oh, shoot. It gets max Airstream? What move is that? I didn't know it got max Airstream. Okay. I mean, I don't think this is the end of the world. At all. It's not good, though. I'll tell you that. What move is that off of? See, it's slowly dying. It's probably off a Fly. It's gotta be. I think that's the only move it gets. It's Fly... Or Air Slash. It gets Air Slash. Okay, that's pretty real. Air Slash is pretty real. Tyranitar's looking really good, though. The formerly buff. I think we just have to kill Latios at all costs. I think they're just going to Mystical Fire. So I think we should just Assurance Latios, get the guaranteed KO, and not mess around with it. And then we're going to switch into Garchomp because I think Kartana's still useful. I don't think they can kill Tyranitar. It has Aura Sphere, but we've seen Ice, Dragon, Fire. Wait, we've seen all of its moves and Fly. It has Fly or Air Slash. We've seen all of its moves. It's 4 attack Life Orb. So we've seen all of the moves, so it can't actually hit Tyranitar with Aura Sphere. It doesn't have Aura Sphere. Man, Latios, I really slept on. This Pokemon's really cool for draft leagues. I'm not gonna lie. This one has a lot of coverage. I kind of like Latios. Wisp's gonna come through onto T-Tar. That's annoying. But it's not a huge deal, because I think as long as they go for Mystical Fire, we win. Max Flare. Good. Okay. I think conserving Kartana was smart. Obviously, Garchomp only takes like a quarter there, so that's not even that bad. All that we got hit with was a burn. Kartana could be kind of worthless. It depends. I'm glad I went for Assurance, though. I don't want to miss this move, because if Latios lives, like, the game is over for me. So I can't afford to get spicy. Rock Slide, obviously optimal. Breaks the sash. Kills Latios. Win-win. But I can't risk 90% chance of losing this game. There's money on the line here. We do have our Lumberry as well, so Wisp isn't actually that scary for me yet. And what's their last mon going to be? It's going to be a Azumarill. So Kartana living is really huge. That's amazing. I think we're just going to Assurance the horse, and then I want to double it. I really do. I think it's my best play. But I want to know if this thing has Protect. So we've seen Shadow Ball, Wisp. That's all we've seen. It could easily have Protect. I don't know if they're going to predict us to double tap it, though. But Azumarill can sit really, really safely here. And we're going to see Shadow Ball come through. That's fine. I don't think... Garchomp is really bulky. Yeah, he eats that up. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby. Special Defense Shrub doesn't matter. We're going to get a Claw off. Spectrier, wow, that was a good claw. Assurance, slap, follow up, easy money, dead Spectrier. And now it is Azumarill versus the world, and I have a full HP Kartana. We take game 2. Okay. Again, I was really shocked by the adjustment there. Player off comes through. Wow, that's banned. That's got to be banned. That hurt way too much. That really hurt. They saw his weakness policy, but that was really hard. I'm gonna calc that really quick. Tyranitar versus Azumarill, because I don't think it's supposed to do that much. But then again, I don't know. Let's say Adamant, huge power. Right here though, I think I'm just gonna go for Rock Slide onto Azumarill, and I'm just gonna protect Garchomp. No need to show any moves. No need. I have Kartana. I'm curious to see why they're playing this one out. Alright, player off is doing 63 to 75. What if we have a choice band? I just want to know for the next game. That was choice band, I think. Because it did way too much. Because it KOs the choice band sometimes like 94%, and we were like basically full. We just had one Wisp tick. Otherwise, it will never come close to KO. So I think it is choice band. Leaf Blade will pick up the KO. And then I'm just going to protect with Garchomp. No need to show speed tiers or any of that. Like, I think we just protect. The Latios was still scary and still a problem. But we take game 2, which I'm really happy about. But I'm really happy that they adjusted because it favored me. They did not know that Kartana could one-shot Marchamp, which was really good for me. I think they're going to go back to game 1. Latios plus Clefairy. Latios having Airstream really sucks, too. Because it just gives it more speed control. Latios is just going absolutely crazy. To be honest. I just have to navigate around the Latios. Because Rotom Heat could show its ugly face too and just cook my Kartana. But if they lead it, I don't think it's as big of a deal. Because I will be able to get speed control. And I could easily just start shifting and pivoting. Like, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. But the last mon is really the hard one here. If Rotom Heat should face, I can just switch into Manectric if I wanted it, but they're afraid to bring Manectric. I'm also bringing a lot to beat Manectric. I think my 4 are right. Gyarados does have a place, but I think I needed to be faster to use it. I think I just need to play smart, and I think I'll be good. This is nervous. I'm nervous. The game 1 went so bad that I was like, oh man, I was really shaken after game 1. I did not like how that one played out at all. But I think Kartana can carry. I just need to play Kartana well. I'm really afraid of Rotom Heat though. But if Rotom Heat is led, I'll still be able to get an Airstream going onto Latios potentially. And then I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But then on turn 2 is where it could get scary. Depending on if Togekiss live, if Togekiss goes down, if they Airstreamed, like if they overheated, like what goes on, you know? It's scary. It's gonna be Rotom Latios, yep. The lead I was afraid of. Okay. So my guess here is just a double tap on Togekiss, right? Because you can't afford to overheat. That's the big one, right? So you just go for Hailstorm Thunderbolt. But if I protect that, they lose. It's a really bad turn for them. I think I'm going to try something here. I'm going to go into T-Tar, because I think T-Tar's heat. And I'm going to press Protect. this is nerve-wracking because so the deal here is I think the only way I get punished is if they press Wormwind onto Kartana, which I don't think they're gonna do. First of all, Overheat onto T-Tar is amazing. Also, he's formerly buffed, just so you know. Again, thank you to Pato for these Pokemon. I love the formerly buffed Pokemon. So I think T-Tar is completely safe to switch in here. We might burn a turn of Max, and next turn we could just potentially Max T-Tar. We could Max save the Max for Kartana. We're protecting Togekiss. We're taking a free turn here. And I could switch around and cause havoc. I could cause problems. I can also follow me in Assurance and do tons of damage. So I think like it's really not a bad situation. I'm gonna run a calc on T-Tar real quick. What he's doing to Latios. I have to run a lot of calcs. Like these Pokemon are not like what I'm really used to playing against. Believe it or not. We're adamant. They're gonna go for Airstream on a Kiss. Even better. 120. He's coming close to fainting. Latios is close to fainting. Thunderbolt plus Airstream. I could have stayed in with Kartana, but that's okay. See, I was pretty confident in those turn of event, in those events there. And killing Rotom is really important as well, if I'm able to do that. But killing Latios is obviously number one priority. Because we Assurance Latios here. And do we just Gleam it up? We could try to Yawn. I think I'm going to go for Gleam. Well, how much is Assurance doing? It's doing a lot. I think this is the play. I think this is it. Because if Latios goes down, Kartana wins the game. Rotom's going to withdraw, which means Togekiss probably lives. Machamp's coming in. I don't know if Togekiss lives this ice move. I don't know if it does. But I'm pretty sure that Latios will faint here. Oh, Togekiss is huge. Togekiss is a god, gamers. Oh my gosh, what a live. What a live. That's huge. That's probably game, right? Because we're going to kill Latios. And then we'll do damage to Machamp. He'll be in range to die to anything. No, not actually, but he's going to take some damage. Assurance. That's a dead Latios. Huge turn. Huge turn of events for me. And then Airstream threatens the KO onto Machamp. Well, let's see. Hail is important here. Togekiss is the fastest, whatever. Not a big deal. Togekiss will go down. So we traded Latios for Togekiss, but we have Max. Despetar's faster. T-Tar's faster. That's what I wanted to see, baby. I knew the little speed I was going to run was going to go a long way. I think I can just go into Garchomp here. And just start Max Quaking. And then we just kill T-Tar with low kick Max Quake. Spectrier comes in, though. It's not a friendly face. Into Garchomp, and I have an item here I have Lumberry, so I can't get burned. They have Rotom Heat as the other mon. I'm gonna go for Assurance. Oh, no, I really need to low kick Machamp. But if Machamp switches, that's my fear here, because Machamp can easily run Ice Punch. I think I could Wormwind. I just Wormwind. I'm a fool. I just Wormwind and Assurance Machamp. It should kill, I think. I'm Wormwinding for sure, but am I Rock Sliding or Assurancing? What am I doing with this guy? I think I want a low kick, to be honest. Wormwind low kick is probably our best move. I think it's fine. I think it's a guaranteed winner, game winner here. I wanted to go in a cart, but I can't go in a cart because I don't want to get wisped, or I didn't want to see Rotom come in and just put myself into an awful situation. Okay. Cool. I'm feeling really confident now because Spectrier is not touching T-Tar. And also, Garchomp has a Lumberry, so this turn is like really safe for me. I think they're not going to protect the Machamp either. And Garchomp is just all bulk, so this Pokemon will just not die. Yep, there's the Wisp. That doesn't matter to me because I am Lumberry. Eat the berry, buddy. Yum yum, easy money. Easy money. Wormwind, please. One full-powered Wormwind from an adamant Garchomp. Don't mind if I do. Machamp actually gets a one-shot. The low kick, it looks a little silly, but in the end, it's really not a big deal. I think it's fine. Like, I don't have to worry here because I just needed Machamp to die, and so showing low kick there isn't really the end of the world. And then I could have obviously just gotten Spectrier KO'd, but it doesn't matter because I have 2 more turns of max. Wisp can only hit one of my guys, and I have a full HP Kartana, which isn't great against either of these Pokemon, but it's enough to get through, to steam through here at the end, like just barely cross the finish line if I need it to do that. Because I think just going for Max Quake and Rock Slide is like just guaranteed win. Because I don't even need the Sand, honestly. I don't need the Sand. Max Garchomp just wins here. Battle's canceled. GG. Whew, we take our first win of High Roller. Don't mind if I do. So, we take our first dub of the season, baby. That's $25 in my pocket and one step closer to the playoffs. The games went a little bit scarier than I expected. I really thought this matchup would be free for T-Tar, but when T-Tar took half from Wormwind, I was upset. I was fucking upset. So I'm really glad to snag the win because I thought game one I played kind of poorly. And I think I barely got away with this dub, and I think my opponent played incredibly well and prepared incredibly well. Latios was something I really didn't think was that scary, and I really wish I prepped harder for. But hey, it is what it is. We take the one. $25 richer, baby. That's all I can ask for. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we'll be back next Wednesday. Draft League Wednesdays, baby. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Battle Room out.